Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Rashmi Parekh. So today we are going to talk about how we can do Excel operations in Power Automate. Since Excel always plays a key role while automating in any project. So in this tutorial, we are going to learn about or talk about how we can launch the Excel, get data from the Excel, how we can iterate the data and close the Excel. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm assuming that you already have Power Automate Desktop in your system, and if not, then check out. And if you want to installing for the first time, then check out my previous tutorial how we can install Power Automate in our system. Okay. So once if it is already installed, then you will be coming up with this screen. Okay. In that case, you have to click on New Workflow and give the name of your project. I'm gonna name it Excel Operations. Okay, and then you can click on Create button. It usually take few seconds to open. Yeah. So once the flow is ready, we are going to see what all the panes are present over here and then how we can automate. So this will be the screen after the moment you're going to click on the create button. This is basically the action pane, basically all the actions, whatever are there in automate. I think there are more than 300 actions are available. You can use while creating your workflow. And this will be your workspace pane where you're going to write your flow. And this will be your basically the properties pane, okay, where your selectors or your variables or whatever things will be there, it will going to store there. So we are going to see each and everything one by one. Since I talked about, we are going to discuss about Excel operation. So whenever we talk about Excel, first thing comes is we have to launch our Excel, right? So the moment you're going to write the launch, you can get it there and just drag and drop, and it's very easy to use. I'll show you guys how. The moment you're going to drag this Excel, right, it will come up with this pop-up and you have to launch. It will give you an option. Either you have to launch it with the blank document or you have to open any specific document which is already present in your system. In our case, we are going to use that. You can try both. Okay, and then here it will ask for you the document path. So the moment you're going to click, you have to select where actually it's present. So in my desktop, I have already one Excel file. I'm going to use that. And here is an option as well, like if you want to make it as read only mode or something like that. And the moment you're going to run your file, it should open the Excel file so you can see. If not, in that case, you can uncheck that one. So as of now, I'm going to make it open only. Okay. So as a variable, you can see it will, the moment you're going to click on save, if you can see in the properties pane, I don't have any variable yet there, but the moment I'm going to click on save, I will get a variable key, named as Excel instance. Okay, so further I can use the same instance for my further operations. So my Excel is launched now. And second thing, now I need to read the data, right? To read the data, what I can have, okay, let me show you the read. See, read Excel data here. Okay, the moment you're gonna drag and drop, it will automatically come here, Excel instance. Okay, if you have multiple Excel files, in that case, you can change it here. You will get in everything in the drop down, and you can select accordingly. Okay, now it will ask you, you want to retrieve a data from a single cell, or you want to from some selection particular, or you want to select a range. Okay, single cell instance, you just need to write column name start. So if, for example, fun one, like, or it's like XYZ, whatever is there, you can just specify right here. In that case, it will give you. Okay, in our case, most of the time we want a specific range. Okay, where we need to select. So start will always be 1 1, but what about the end column? If it is a static file, for example, if data is specific in the Excel file, in that case you can go ahead and give, for example, my column and HG and the row it's like 59 or something. I'm just giving an example. But there are so many most of the time we have the dynamic Excel file where we don't know what is the last column and what is the last row. So in that case, what we are going to do is, like, to get the data, there is an activity called get free column. Okay, get free column and free row basically. So if you don't know where the basically the column ends and the row ends, you can use directly this activity. So it will give you two variable name as first free column and first free row, which will give you basically the last row and the last column. Okay, the moment you're gonna click on save, variables has been created. Now we can go ahead and we can get the read data from the Excel file. Okay, let me drag and drop this. So in this case, now I want my data to be get it from the specific range. In that case, it's going to be start from 1 and 1, and where it's going to be end means the free column and free row. Okay, the moment you're going to hit run, free row. Okay, make sure that you're gonna give -1 since this will read basically the data row and column from the one. So you for getting the exact numbers, you have to give it -1 both the side. Okay, and in advance we can make it rise. You can check get content as a text. If you are going to uncheck it, you will be getting a data as a data table, and if you want it as a text, you can get it as well while just clicking on switching on this um, radio button. And first line of the range of column as a name, yes, we want headers basically. So in that case you have to check this thing. Okay, so once everything is done, we can, and as an output you can see we can get an output as an Excel data, which will be as a data table. Okay, I will go ahead and click on save button. So it's created. Now the another thing comes, I want to iterate this. Okay, I want to get data from one by one. So I'm going to simply go ahead and use the for each loop, and then which variable I need to loop it, I can just directly click in the variable data table, enter. It will give me an item. It will give me a variable as a current item. I'm gonna go ahead and click on save. My loop is ready, and now I want to get data. So I'm going to display it. Okay, so display message inside. What basically I want to display it. Challenge sheet. Yeah, I'm just giving XYZ. Okay, so basically here is the motto. I want to display the, for example, first row, the name, first name column, right? So in that case, current item data row. Okay, I'm going to give, and then I want to give 0. 0 will give me the first. Okay, I think most of you guys will know that what data is there in the challenge sheet, but if you don't know, let me just open for you guys. Okay, so first column contains the first name, another second name, then company name, like that we are having the value. So if we want first name, we are going to print it. If we want second name or XYZ name, for example, address, so you can count it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. You can give whatever you want to give. Yeah. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or you can specify yeah, first name, second name, like that. Column name basically you can specify there. That will also work. Okay, click on yes, and then once everything is done, it's a best practice says you should always close the instance of your Excel file. So we are going to give the close workbook and like this. So this is our workflow. I'm just running my workflow. Let's see how it works. Yeah, so my Excel has been open. So if you can see John, Jane, Albert, Michael, Doug, Jesse, Stain, Stacy, and Lara. It did. Okay, it did work. And okay, yeah, if you have noticed that it did run like just one more, I got the blank. Why? Because I forgot to give -1 here. Okay, now it will work. And as of now, if you have seen, like I got the Excel open. So as I told, if you gonna uncheck this one, in that case it won't open my Excel file, and it's gonna give me um, the correct output, yeah, without opening the Excel. So this time I should not get the blank message. So yeah, it's done. So this is all about the Excel file. And if you have any doubts or anything, just do write in the comment box. I will be like happy to help you guys. Thanks for watching.